Batman Arkham Asylum. I am very excited to be making this video. The Batman Arkham franchise is probably and one of the most popular and top grossing superhero video games to ever exist. This franchise is one of my top 5 favorite gaming franchises to ever exist. I remember playing this game way back when I was younger. This game brought to life Batman, superheroes, and even a hint of horror. The horror genre was very adjacent in these video games. Hell, even in Batman in general, Batman has always been associated with horror. Let's take a quick look at the roster of Batman villains. We have Clayface, Hush, Mad Hatter, Scarecrow, Man-Bat, Professor Pig, the Joker, and Killer Croc for a couple of examples. They are very creepy in nature, and the crimes they commit and the stuff they do are just beyond terrifying. And this segues perfectly into what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. Batman Arkham Asylum has one of the most scariest and terrifying missions I have ever played in a video game. Now that makes sense coming from a game related to Batman and taking place in Arkham Asylum. The vibes and atmosphere are very dark and grungy. It's very overwhelming, it is very claustrophobic, it is very, very eerie. It feels like you're getting watched wherever you go, and it feels like you're trapped in Arkham Asylum. Now, as I said, Batman Arkham Asylum brings a lot of characters from the Batman villain roster, including Scarecrow, Killer Croc, the Joker, and a bunch more. And with all these characters in the game, there is tons of missions to be played, and some of the scariest missions include Scarecrow and Killer Croc. And as I said earlier, this game has one of the most terrifying atmospheres in any of the Batman Arkham games. And that is why I feel like the missions in this game are far more terrifying than any of the missions in any of the other games, besides a couple missions in Arkham Knight including Scarecrow. This Scarecrow brought psychological horror to another level. He was the reason this game felt like a horror game. This game was absolutely terrifying when he was around. Hell, even playing as Batman, you are part of the psychological horror. Just imagine this. You're a criminal, a thug, trying to kill the Batman. The Joker's got you guys laid out in a room with 5 people, and you guys have one mission: kill Batman. And you quickly start to notice that your team is dropping in numbers, and you have no clue why. And then it hits you. The Batman is in the room with you. Now you are panicked. You are freaking out, trying to find him, trying to take him out. Now there's only 2 of you, and you guys are grouped up, thinking you're safe, but he still gets the both of you. And now you are hanging underneath a gargoyle. Now that would make for an amazing game. Batman, except you're the criminals. They even implemented that in the multiplayer in Arkham Origins, and it is terrifying to be against Batman. You are the predator and they are the prey. You are taking them out swiftly and silently as Batman. But what if those roles were reversed? Well, they kind of are. There is 4 missions in Arkham Asylum that flip the roles completely, where you become the prey. And I bet you can guess what missions those are.
With a bat.
We're gonna start off talking about the 3 Scarecrow nightmare sequences that are in Arkham Asylum. These are the honorable mentions for the video. Yes, those are not the scariest missions in my opinion. I believe there is one more that we will get to after this. But these missions are absolutely terrifying. You are trapped in Scarecrow's nightmare realm. You are now the prey, and Scarecrow is the predator. You are doing everything you can to avoid and stop him, just to get to that bat symbol to end the nightmare. You can't use your predator skills, and you can't use brute force. You can't beat the criminals to a pulp, and you can't sneak up on them to save yourself. You have to go defenseless all the way to the bat symbol to defend yourself. You can't do anything. You are stuck. Now that's why these missions are utterly terrifying. You can't do anything. You think of Batman as the strongest superhero in all of DC Comics, and now he's had all his power stripped away from him, and now you have to run to save yourself. It's something unnatural seeing it coming from Batman. This is different from any other mission in any of the games. It reminds me of the Batman Arkham Knight ending, which, familiarly, still has Scarecrow involved. He makes you defenseless, so he can be the Predator. Now, I don't know if that was a coincidence, especially since this game was made in 2009 and Arkham Knight was made in 2015, but you can definitely see the similarities. He makes you defenseless in order to make himself the bigger person. Once you get all your security taken away from you, the battlefield is completely different. And that's why these missions are terrifying in my personal opinion. They aren't as scary as the next mission I'm about to talk about, but you can definitely see why these missions are scary. A goddamn scarecrow with laser eyes and very pointy needles filled with his fear toxin is chasing after you basically. What is not to be scared about? And especially since you can't defend yourself, it just makes it 10 times worse. You are in an unknown area, defenseless. One of humans' worst fears is the unknown, and that's exactly what you get put into. Now here comes the important part that everyone is waiting for. The scariest mission in gaming history. Now, yes, that is a little bit clickbait because some people will beg to differ, but personally, this has got to be one of the most scary missions I have ever played. And it does not help that I first played this mission when I was like 8 years old. Now you guys should already know what mission it is since I referenced it earlier. It's the Killer Croc sewer mission. Now this mission is very similar to the Scarecrow Nightmare missions. You are trapped in Killer Croc's lair, similarly how you're trapped in Scarecrow's nightmare sequence. There is no way out other than either A, defeating the enemy, or escaping. Now the reason you're even in Killer Croc's lair is because, if you guys do not remember, you are trying to stop Poison Ivy from becoming stronger from using Bane's venom, aka Titan. So you travel all the way down here to find a cure. Now as you're searching for all the plants to destroy, you need to be quiet, stealthy, and silent, or else Killer Croc will be awakened, well, he will know your position, and then he will take you out very swiftly. Now this mission is more terrifying because it is a game of cat and mouse. It's pretty obvious who's the cat and who's the mouse, but it is still very scary because you don't know when Killer Croc is going to pop out to scare you. The music is absolutely perfect and the tensions rise every single time you get a plant. It is just over and over and over again. The same thing, yet the tension is still there. You are very nervous at what's going to happen next. Every time Killer Croc pops out of the water is unexpected. The music cues also catch you off guard. You have no clue what you're doing. You're just praying to God you don't die. Now, I'm going to stop talking for a little bit just so you can watch gameplay of this mission, because you will get a much better experience knowing what the mission is other than me just talking about it. So here you go. So you get the point. As you're trying to track down all these spores, Killer Croc will pop out and try to kill you. And every time he does, a horror movie-like type of sound will play, and it will catch you off guard almost every time. Now, this mission, make sure you are on your toes at all time. You cannot let your guard down or else you will die. You must be quiet, slow, and make sure all your senses are open, because you never know when he'll pop up behind you, in front of you, to the side of you, or almost right on top of you to try and take you out. Now, this is one of those instances where it is much more scary to actually be playing the mission than to be watching the mission. You have to do this same process of collecting the spores almost 5 to 6 times. And you think when you're playing the game that you only have to do it once. Once you get that first spore, you're like, thank God, now I can get out of here. Well, the game tricks you a good one, because you gotta do it 5 times. Now, I personally believe that if you have this game laying around somewhere and you haven't played it in a very long time, please reboot it up just for the Scarecrow and Killer Croc missions. Those missions are absolute gold. And if you have never played this game, I recommend you do so now. This game and the whole franchise is absolutely amazing. The missions all are beautiful, the story is very interesting, and the gameplay is unique. Arkham Asylum's interpretation of Killer Croc has got to be the scariest I've ever seen in any of the Batman medias. Killer Croc was in Arkham City, Arkham Origins, and Arkham Knight, and none of his appearances compare to Arkham Asylum's. Because in this game, you are actually trapped with him. In Arkham Knight, you are just in his airship, or the prison, I do not remember, but basically, it just does not match up to Arkham Asylum. Arkham Origins was different, and Arkham City, he was just an Easter egg. So, this game did him perfectly. This game proved justice towards him. And if that still hasn't scared you, I believe the ending part of the mission will. Watch this.
My caves will be your tomb.
Now, even though Batman defeats Killer Croc, you are literally chased out of his cave. One false step into the water will insta-kill you, and if you do not detonate the explosive gel at the right time, you will die and have to redo the whole mission. And hell, even finding your way out is just as terrifying and hard, because you can get lost and will have to go up against Killer Croc countless more times. Now, being trapped and put in the unknown is absolutely terrifying, and that's why these Arkham games are so amazing. You get thrown into a very hostile environment in each game, with no clue what you're doing, just praying for the best, and Arkham Asylum puts you in these moments in the best way possible. You are trapped, you are stuck, and you are not the predator anymore in these missions. You have now turned into the prey, playing a game of cat and mouse. So that's why these missions are the most scary missions in all of gaming history. You have no chance surviving in these missions. You get everything stripped away from you, your gadgets, your tools, and your powers. Brute force cannot save you, and neither can your predator skills. Batman is now just a normal human being. surviving. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope I explained why these missions are some of the scariest missions in gaming history. And as I said earlier, this is my personal opinion. Yes, there is multiple more video games that are much more scarier than Batman Arkham. Batman Arkham is not even a horror game, but I would say that these missions are some of the scariest missions in the non-horror video game genre. So I still feel like they have a very, very good competition skill against actual horror games. But please, if you enjoyed today's video, like and subscribe for more videos just like this. I like making videos that have a horror type of genre or aspect to them, and I feel like Batman Arkham is an amazing video game and franchise to make videos on. They are all horror adjacent, and plus it is my favorite franchise in almost all video games. So please like and subscribe for more videos, share it to a friend if you think they would enjoy it, and comment for more video ideas or comment what your favorite or scary mission was in the Batman Arkham franchise. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Ka-chow.
And at the end of